Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father, I spoke with his man.
Why, that same pale-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he's already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart, cleft with the blind bow's voice butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than a prince of cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prig song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest me his minimum rest. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom, the very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house, of the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the hay.
The what?
The pox of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos. The new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why, is this not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion-mongers, these perdonimies, who stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh, their bones, their bones.
Here comes Romeo! Here comes Romeo!
Without his roe, like a dried herring. O flesh, flesh, how art thou fish-pied? Now is he for the numbers that Petrarch flowed in. Laura, to his lady, was but a wench. Mary, she had a better love to berhyme her. Dido a daddy, Cleopatra a gypsy, Helen a hero, hidings and hairlaps. This be a grey eye or so, but not to the purpose. Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night. Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you? The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive? Pardon, good Mercutio, my business is great, and in such a case as mine a man may strain courtesy. That's as much as to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to blow in the hands, meaning to courtesy. Thou hast most kindly hit it, a most courteous exposition. Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy, pink for flower. Right. Why, then is my pump well flowered. Well said, follow me this jest till thou hast worn out thy pump, that, when the single sole is worn, the jest may remain, after the wearing, is solely singular. Oh, single sole jest, solely singular for their singleness. Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint. Switch and spurs, or I'll cry a match. Nay, if our wits run the wild goose chase, I am done, for thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than, I am sure, I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose? Thou hast never with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose. I will bite thee by the ear for that jest. Nay, good news, bite not. Thy wit is very bitter-sweeting, it is a most sharp sauce. And is it not, then, well served to a sweet goose? Oh, here's a wit of Chevreau that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad. I stretch out for the word broad, which, added to the goose, proves thee far wide in a broad goose. Why, is that not better now than groaning for love? Thou art now sociable, thou art now Romeo, thou art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs loving up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Stop there, stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I would come to the whole depth of my tail, and meant indeed to copyright the argument no longer. Here's a good the gare. A sail, a sail.
Two, a shirt and a smock. Peter! Unknown. My fan, Peter!
Good Peter, to hide her face, for her fan's the fair of the two.
Good ye, good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye guidin, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less, I tell thee, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of the noon.
Out upon you, what a man you are!
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar. Quotha, gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I'm the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worse well? Very well took, I faith, wisely, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you. She will indict him to some supper.
Abad, 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 Soho. What hast thou found? No hair, unless a hair, sir, in a leaden pie. That is something stale and o'er, here it be spent. An old hair whore is very good meat and then, but a hair that is whore is too much for a score, when whores ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither. I will follow you. Farewell, ancient lady, farewell, lady, lady, lady.
Marry farewell, I pray you, sir. What saucy merchant was this, so full of his robbery?
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And speaking anything against me, I take him down, and a word luster than he is, and 20 such jacks, and cannot find, I'll find those that I scurvy knaves, I am none of his flirt gills, I am none of his skeins mates, and thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure? I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapons should be quickly have been out, and I warn you I dare draw as soon as another man I see occasion in a good quarrel in the law on my side. Now afore God, I am very vexed that you every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave, pray you, sir, a word, and as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first let me tell ye, if I should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentleman is young, and therefore, if you shall deal double with her, surely it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and a very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress, and protest unto thee.
Good heart and ill faith, I will tell her as much as Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come shrift this afternoon, and where he shall have prior lord to sell, betrothed and married, here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stray, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring me cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in a secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Now good God in heaven bless thee, hark you, sir.
What sayst thou, my dear nurse?
Is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warrant thee my man is as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady, Lord, and 'twas a little pirating thing. Oh, there is a noble man in town, one Paris that would fain lay a knife abroad, but she, good soul, has a leaf, say a toad, a very toad I see him. I anger her sometimes, and tell her that Paris is the properer man, but I'll warrant you, when I say so, she looked as pale as any clout in the versal ward. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both with an R.
I mocker! That dog's name R is for the... No. It begins with some other letter, and she of it. If you and Rosemary, that would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.